How's it going, guys? Okay, so for this video I was asked to try and create a similar sort of style to Wheat's. I'll play you what I did. One of the guys in my platform asked for this kind of style. He wants to make a style in that kind of deep tech vein with a lot of rumbling, kind of warpy basses and rolling hats and things like that. So even though it's very difficult to try and recreate someone else's music, I've given it my best shot at least explaining how to get these kind of effects and some techniques to sort of use yourself and add in your own plugins and your own samples, whatever you want. I'm happy to send you this project as well if you want to play with it, change some bits. So yeah, what I've got so far in the project is I've just kind of got like a really basic drum pattern. And in there I've got 3 kicks. I've got this one, which is like a kind of tap, like a knocky sound, and then this one's just adding a little bit of rumble, all 3 together. And then I've just got some basic like hi-hats. Okay, cool. And as you can hear there, you got that double kick. So what I'm going to do is I've not pre-planned this. All I've done is kind of played around with a few sounds just to make sure this tutorial doesn't go on for too long. And I want to show you a few different techniques. So basically, a cool way to create like a nice kind of rumbly bass is to use a tom. So like an 808 tom. Like that is quite nice. And what I've done is I've put it to three voices, so it allows for 3 voices to play at the same time, which is what's giving that kind of nice. It's like I wouldn't have something like that in one of my own tracks because my bass is a little bit more sort of like a bit cleaner, whereas it's quite nice to have it with this style because you get that kind of resonating clash, which adds to the character of the low end. So that all it is a tom. I've added a little bit of attack. I'll just take everything off. So this is what it sounded like before. I've added a bit of attack, just so it's softer, and a little bit of release, just so it's a little bit longer. Now let me have a listen to the bass line on this. So it's just a lot of rumble, like boom, boom. And actually, you know what? I'm just going to record that. Let me just try something. Hello, hello. Boom, dum dum. Boom. Okay, so it's like a bit delayed. Put that. Right click on the first transient and then you can click start here. There is a method to my madness, by the way. Let's just try something. Might not work. Fuck that one. I don't know what I'm trying to do here. Boom. What I could do is I could lower this. Boom. Okay, I'm going to add sidechain. It's actually quite cool. I'm going to add some compression on it. I'm going to do it after the filter and obviously before the sidechain. Bring it down. I want a lot of like... So I think with a lot of Wheat style tracks, you have it works over like a 16 bar loop, so it's not like as repetitive as this. So I wouldn't have that one there, that start. So I would have potentially like something else. What I might do is actually I actually quite like just that first bit, so I'm just going to take that. Okay, and this is the tom, so I'm just going to start playing in like a bit of a melody. Put the attack up a little bit. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to filter out a lot of the bass notes because I want that like sub. I want it to complement the... And I'm going to add a mono on it as well because I don't want any width on this. And what I've got here, I've stuck on a opal. It's really cool. You can play. You're gonna get some really nice like warpy sounds from this. So listen to this. So you get like a doom, chicka 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 chat, chicka 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 chat, kaboom, chicka 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 chat. Let's see if I can do something. So I'm just going to use that as like a bass. Is there any swing on it? Yeah, there is a bit of swing, so I'm just going to apply the swing here. Maybe not as much as that. Some elements have got swing and others don't, so I think some of the bass elements have some swing. You could just do something like that, so let's just automate some of that in. I'm just going to take a little bit of actually, I'm going to save that for a that's more percussive. So some quite nice sounds in this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start hitting random stuff. I think I want to widen that as well. I quite like that one. So a lot of that. That's cool. That's kind of like a. Add a little bit of a delay on that just so it's got a bit more swing. I think I might automate this a little bit more. I'll tell you what's really nice on the new Ableton is the phaser flanger presets. And I've added in my FM plugin, which I've shared to you all, which I think will go nice in this, and like rumbles. Why didn't that go? I'm just trying. Okay, let's put this to 16th notes. I'm short on it. Okay, so while I'm sort of adding the bass layers, there's quite a lot of percussive stuff going on. So I think with this track, you would have like kind of like shakers and things that are kind of muted. So I'm just going to play around with another one of the Max for Live. But it's the same one. It's Opal, which I've only had for a few days, but I bloody love it. So there's all sorts of cool shit in this. Narrow noise, shaker. It's like it's almost like a replica of a lot of the Electron stuff. I'm digressing on that one. Let's go back to these are going to be more synth based. Hi-hat, shaker. Okay, let's have a play with this. It's going to sound weird at first, but hopefully this is okay, I'm just duplicating and I'm widening it. It's like the Haas widening effect, and I'm going to delay them. It might not be the sort of perfect sound for it, but it's a cool way of can go, yeah, go in further, keep layering shit, keep layering. You know, that might work as well. What I will do though is I need to... And then you can start adding some like cool warpy echoes. And then you drop that straight back out, maybe here. And then maybe bring that bit in there. And then I would actually go in further and do some more EQs just to kind of get that really crunchy, maybe a band. And then I'm going to start using the fill to kind of move it up and down. And then I'll fade that bit up there, it's quite nice. I'll probably look to add a little bit of compression just on the overall hats channel because it's... There's that kind of ringing sound in the initial shakers, and I'm pretty sure I'll be able to take it out with the plugin Opal, but I'm just going to do it with an EQ. I'm just going to do some more EQing. I don't like that bit. I'm not a massive fan of the toms, but I mean it's sort of like an alright foundation. I might like... Okay. I'm just going to make sure that okay, so I just need to maybe compress this bass because that's that overlapping bass sound that you can hear where it's kind of giving it that nice resonant. And then I'm just going to go in, I'm going to start adding a few more kind of shakers and things. I'm going to play a little bit more with the opal. That could be nice. Just add some like let's just add the swing. It's a weird sound. I mean, you got to play with it. Wow, you can really... It's fucking weird sound. You can keep it actually nice. Now there's still some of that like knocky stuff in there, which I would... all that shit there. Oops. Quite like this, you know, this sort of, that's quite cool. So I'm going to add a little bit of reverb to it, just a tiny bit, and then I'm going to do more layering with that because I think you can do some cool stuff. I'm going to just like duplicate it, and then I'm going to kind of, I'm going to widen it slightly each side, but only just to, I just want to delay it just so it kind of flaps. Start adding in some cool little little hooks that just kind of. You know, I'm frantically bashing stuff in, but it logs it. Also, a little tip, I'm sure you already know, but when you start a project, switch it to 16th note quantization. So every time you play something in the keyboard, it'll just instantly put it into time. It'll quantize it, so you don't have to keep going back and retiming everything. Let's just see what that sounds like. Maybe. There's some automation on here from when I was playing originally, but just ignore this, it's not doing much. I don't like that. I am going to add the flange on again though, because that's really cool. Let me modulators and pitch. I'm gonna. Quite like that as well. Whoops, how did that sound then? I think that was right. Undo. A cool little trick that you can use on subs, it doesn't always work, but it definitely adds some character, is using an EQ and then moving around, sort of boosting some of the frequencies in that. So like, and remember every note that's in every frequency in a spectrum is its own notes when it's narrow like that, so make sure you've got it in key. Another cool effect you can add in, and I'm gonna just stick it in this like crazy hat shaker group, is another Max for Live plugin I found, and it's called it's an instrument, and it's called Multi, and it has a few different FM sort of is it oscillators or waveforms. But this one's particularly cool. You can just add in some really cool shit and randomize it. That first one was ace. I hope it's... This is one of the problems with the problem with messing around with randomizations. You can lose some really good sounds. Tell you what I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete it all and try again. Like that, that's cool. I'll do that. Oh, the release is there. Oh, that is so fucking cool, that is. I want it to be that is class. Just to really fill out the drums, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some texture. My favorite is the retro color. I'm going to stick it on the hats group, and I'm going to add like loads of like following noise, which is going to like create a lot of texture and fill out that. Okay, cool. So I've kind of covered a lot of the foundations. You can just keep on layering from there. You can do a similar thing with the shakers. You can just keep layering stuff. You can add some echo so things echo around a little bit more. So I'll show you in this. I might actually just add it on like here. So what I'll do is I'll add a delay. No, I'll add an echo. And yeah, I want it to be nice and wet. And I'm going to take the sync off. I'm going to bring this down. Okay, cool. And then I'm just going to bring it up. Not as much as that though. And then I want to bring it back down so it kind of makes a... And then I'm just going to decide on which part of that I actually want. so it might just be to there. Now I'm obviously exaggerating these sounds quite a lot, but these are sort of techniques you can use, and you can bring them in and out as and when you please in the structure. I mean, I could potentially add that in the sequence somewhere. Maybe actually just at that bit, and just to sort of bring it out a little bit of the what would I add? Maybe a bit of saturation, drive and color, overdrive. I'll put the LFO tool over there. There's a lot of other things you can add in this. You can start to add in. I like to play around with plugins like the Arturia Modular V, which is it's a modular remake, but there are loads of really cool like effects in it. So the sound effects are like really cool in this. Come on. Stuff like that. It's a bit like insignificant, to be honest. I mean, it's nice to add like stuff like that in and just turn it right down. It adds some nice textures in the back and quite random, which is nice. But okay, so I'm just gonna flatten that, and then I'm gonna warp it to the time. Command A, Command U, and then I'm gonna add the swing on, which I've just, you know, let's just add in more of those, and depending on how it sounds in there, I might leave it in there. That might be nice. make sure that you're starting at the right point, otherwise it's not going to be in time. And you can go further, you can start adding more layers. Like I had this shaker loop here, but then I added multiband, and you can basically pull out, and you can it's like a transient effect because it's got a gate and an expander. So I've kind of like adding that sort of mid. Yeah, some of the hi-hats and things were a little bit inconsistent, and I would look to sort of level them out a little bit so there wasn't so many dips in, like the as the EQ's moving around, it dips a little bit here. What you could actually do is, what would be nice is to, when that dip's quite low, is to put that bit in. I want to lower this one even more. This transient's cool. It basically, and I'm going to pitch it down. So I forgot to mention, I don't know why I didn't do that. It's because I've moved to Live 11 and my settings are not the same. Always change the grid to 16th notes, and then when you command do it, it'll lock them in. But it's fine. It sounded quite good on that one because it sort of allowed for that sort of triplets kind of beat. But yeah, so I think we're almost there. Just to mention on the master here, I've just got a multiband just to tighten the lows a little bit, just to neaten things up. And I might actually just do a little bit of a, I don't normally do this, but I feel like because this is so bass heavy, I'm just going to roll off. I don't like to use that. I like to use my trusty EQ8. Sorry, not EQ8, Fab Filter Q2. Because I've not got the new one yet. I'm just going to add a little bit of track delay just to add a little bit of swing to some of these bits. Okay, cool. I'm going to leave it at that because I could just keep on adding stuff, and the video is an hour. It definitely gives you a good idea on how to layer things. You know, you could potentially remove the tom, and you could have something a little bit more synthesized. So I could, I've been playing with Opal once again, and I created myself a little preset, which is nice, called... It's like really like... Yeah, I'm just throwing stuff in. I like to use synths like this with a sequencer, so I'll have a little play around with it, but I don't know, it might be a while to find something good, but I do like to use the this guy. And then you can start adding in stuff like that. I love... You know what, I'm actually going to keep the start of them toms in because it's got a nice push. Let's just... Actually, you know what, I'm gonna show you a little technique which is nice. If you wanted two basses like that in, you can sidechain one off the other. So you could have, depending on which you want to be most prominent, let's say this new sound here. Say I want this to be the most prominent out of the two subs. I would just use the sidechain as you would normally on the obviously the sound you want to duck, and I'm going to link that up to track 7, gem, and then as you would the kick, just bring it down, and what that'll do is it'll duck on the sub notes. You can bring it even more extreme, so don't like that one. Yeah, I think that's cool. I'll leave it there because I think you get the idea. I've showed you how to do some of the warpy perks. I'd layer even more perks, you know, go mental and just get everything really sort of rolling. And and then there's a few techniques there to play with your basses. If you've got like a plugin that you enjoy using the most, like I said, the modular V from Arturia has some really cool like metallic-y sounds, which I'd recommend. They do take a little bit of time to go through them and change them a little bit, but they are really good and authentic sounding. So get on that. Sound all right. Well, if you've got any questions, I'm happy to send you this pack as well, this project, so you guys can deal with it what you want. So, all right. If you've got any questions, drop me a message in Discord, and I will see you tomorrow. Cheers, guys. See you later.